toast to their career.
The perfect combination, boy.
Hemp hard, legends in the South.
This is sports fans' only home for the hottest sports show around. These guys are on fire.
You're now listening to KJ and Shawn Mack. Let's talk some damn sports.
Welcome back to Sports Fans Only with your hosts KJ and Shawn Mack. And today we got a special host, Jean-Renaud. What's the deal, baby? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. Just a big supporter of this whole movement. Love what I see. You can see that I got this brand new SFO Fly With Me tee. I'm loving it. I love the store. Everything's good. And I'm just happy to be presenting and moderating this show today.
So Gene's going to be our moderator going forward. We're going to try to do this every Sunday, at least once a week. And for all the people out there that haven't seen our face, but you heard our voice, we've been doing our thing, trying to change it. You know, as we go through this ever-ending wave of YouTube, we're trying to find out what sticks and what doesn't. And just bear with us, but you got us back on the fucking face right now, so let's go.
Let's go.
What you got, Gene?
All right, so this is going to be an interesting debate where these are some of the top decades-old debates that's been debated between sports analysts, people in the barbershops, and even old friends, right? And there really is no right or wrong answer, but whatever it is that you pick is most likely what America is going to pick. So let's see where you guys fall on some of these top debates, all right? So we're going to go right off the bat and hurry this up, all right?
All right.
So the first one...
Hold on. I want people to know that we're going in blind. Me and KJ does not know what he's going to ask, so let's see how it turns out.
Yeah. So this is like a presidential debate. Even though you don't know the questions, at least you know the realm, you know the feel, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So these are sports related instead of politically debated. But sometimes it's the same, you know what I mean? Okay. So, number one, men and women should be paid the same in professional sports.
I'll take it. I'll go first, and then you go with the next one, Kay. So, no. Reason being, two different levels, putting out a lot more effort with the men's. In most sports, it's a harder game. It's a longer game. It's a more physical game for the men. And that's why. And plus revenue. You only can make what you're selling. If you're not selling, I cannot pay you. I can't give you money, if that makes sense. I'm done.
All right. Kay.
I'm gonna have to agree. As much as I don't want to, and I want to argue with him. I'm gonna have to agree with Shawn on this one. I strongly disagree that women should get paid the same, only because, not because they're not great at what they do, but because they don't, like Shawn said, they don't generate enough money to bring in their pockets, you know, that type of cash like a LeBron James or a Kevin Durant or whatever. So if you're not filling the stands up, and I always say this to women, I love the WNBA. If you want women to make a lot of money, women have to go support the women. Just like the men go support the men, women have to support the women. If you want the money. That's pretty much all I have to say about that.
Okay. I'm going to have to give that point to Kay, just because he mentioned that the women do have to support the women, because sports is really geared towards men, and men will show up. Sometimes they show up. It doesn't matter who's playing, what gender. They just show up. But I can't say the same for women. Good point. You get an extra point for that. All right, number two. Sports contracts should be capped at a certain million across the board for all sports.
Go ahead, Kay.
I'm going to have to say I strongly agree. If everybody is always talking about competition and giving every team an equal shot to win a championship, it shouldn't matter. Like, say, for instance, the Yankees, they've been around for 100+ years. They have this big, huge head start on revenue. More people are fans of them. They buy more merchandise and things of that nature. So I don't think the rich team should benefit from that, you know, compared to the little team. So I'm going to have to say I strongly agree. I think there should be a cap just because it makes it fair and it makes it more exciting for the fans.
I'm going to say no. Actually, that's kind of a crazy worded question, because you can't say all sports, because all sports isn't created equal. Baseball cap's different from football cap. They all have their reasons for having their cap. And if you check out baseball, look at the Marlins, okay? Doesn't matter. They do well. Look at the Tampa Bay Rays. They do well. It's all about where you allocate the money to. That would be putting handcuffs on people, and that makes no sense in any sport. But first of all, it's a flawed question because you used all sports. You can't say all sports. Every sport is created different.
Across the board. All right.
They all have different revenues and different budgets and different everythings.
All right. I'm going to give that point to Shawn.
Yeah.
Bringing up that extra little point where the question is geared towards capping all sports at a certain level. And you're right. They all come in different shapes, sizes, and fan bases.
Yep,
that's true.
Like Yam, just like Yam.
My mistake. I automatically assumed he was talking basketball, football.
Yeah,
the big sports. I didn't really.
Sports.
Yeah. So if you're talking about all, then gotta go.
I keep the weakness in this question and sold it.
Well, it's a debate. So the next one, number 3, America should allow sports billionaires post-pandemic. Recently, there was only 10 billionaires. Now there's 100 billionaires. They used to be $650 billion worth, all their funds together. Now it's 1.5 trillion.
So what you're asking me? Well, first of all, it's going to be that way because you have more billionaires than 10 years ago. Billionaires and millionaires are on the rise. They're starting to treat it like their plaything, like how we go and buy little toys to play with. It's their toys. So what you're asking is, should we stop billionaires from buying teams? I would say no, because most of the billionaire people like Cuban, like my little man with the mustache for the Jaguars, the Indian guy, they actually care because it's their toy and they want their toy to outshine everyone else's toy. So no, I wouldn't want to stop it. Why?
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm in the same boat on this one. If you have, what do they have? They have these groups like Alex Rodriguez was about to try and buy. What team was that? Was it the Mets? Yeah, it was the Mets.
Yep.
And they put together these groups. And the problem with that is you have all these conflicting interests. They have their own interests of what they want to do. And when you have a group of people, that can lead to a lot of confusion and stuff like that. Case in point, in Green Bay, they don't have an owner. The public owns the Green Bay Packers. Yep. And sometimes you hear the kind of dysfunction, and the way they run their team isn't the normal way, say, a billionaire would run their team as far as getting free agents. And you're kind of handcuffed when you have a bunch of people owning the team, if you get my drift. So I'm going to have to agree with Shawn that, billionaires are the way to go because they have those deep pockets and they can, it's their word. Their word goes. And usually when you have that one word and everybody has to fall in line, things run a lot smoother, in my opinion.
Yep.
All right.
In sports.
In sports. I like that.
Yeah.
Well, since I'm a business fans only connoisseur, I like to really kind of focus on that. So we're going to mix it up a little bit here. The question is, youth football should be canceled until you're at least 13 years old.
You go, Ken.
Yeah, I absolutely don't agree with that. And now, are you talking football altogether or just tackle football?
Youth football should be canceled.
All forms.
Yeah, all forms of football.
No, I don't. I mean, if you're going to still have football, if that's still going to be an avenue that kids could go and play, you don't want them skipping all their youth because more people will start getting hurt. You learn your fundamentals in the youth, the youth stage, how to tackle right, how to not, how to take a hit right. Once you start getting bigger and stronger and you just hop into just running around the field and hitting each other and you've never taken those type of hits, that's cause for getting hurt. I just want to give this quick example. I played freshman football, never played youth football. Played freshman football first year. I was a receiver, caught my first pass. I don't know if you remember this, Gene. It's against New Canaan, and I got hit so hard going across the middle. And we didn't really talk about concussions and stuff like that, but I got hit so hard, and I didn't know. I was so happy to catch the ball, and I got destroyed. So my point being is you don't want to go into that situation not knowing, duck or something. I just kept running out. I run and got my head. But anyway, so, that's my point. So go ahead, Shawn.
You kind of took my thunder. Immediately when he asked the question, I had in mind, like, okay, you learn to tackle when you're young. Imagine 15, 13-year-olds playing tackle football for the first time. it'll be a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, it will be.
You'll have necks broken. You'll have bones hanging out of knees. Now, where you can kind of, if I got to answer this, you said no half stepping, but I'm going to give a half answer here. If the people, you should have more 7-on-7s. You should have less tackling. But you still can pretty much have the schematics of what football is without all of the hard tackling. Another thing is parents should stop putting their kids in football if they don't want to play. That's also a big problem. A lot of people don't see it. I seen it because my son played Pop Warner until high school. So he played from like 7 to graduating, 18.
Wow.
And I seen a lot of kids that didn't want to play. And when they're forced to play, it's just some horrible football out there. And they're getting hurt. So,
and they're getting hurt. All right.
I'm like in the middle with that.
All right, cool. All right, so far, out of these 4 questions, we're at 2-2 for the points. All right? Let's move it to a little bit more modern situation here. Athletes should be forced to be vaccinated.
No. End of story.
That's it. That's the answer. That's the answer.
And I understand what people are going to say. Well, I'm paying you to do X, Y, and Z, and we have to have certain precautions and measures. But when you're dealing with your own body, you might own me contractual, but you don't own my body, which means you have to give me some type of perimeters, some type of parameters, some type of organization you have to give me an out.
Yep.
You can't just say no, and that's it. You got to give me a way out, a la Aaron Rodgers, a la Antonio Brown's fake card.
Now, my outlook on this is no. I'm going to say that. I'm going to state that first.
Let's see if you got a better reason.
I never understood the reasoning for vaccines. I mean, I understand it, but I don't understand it. So the world's been around for how long? The world's been around for with people in it, millions of years.
Yeah.
And we didn't have vaccine, right? And the human race still existed. We went through the Black Plague, the bubonic flu, all this crazy diseases and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And we're still here.
Yeah.
So that just leads me to believe that, things happen. Is it sad that a lot of people die? And another thing is, I want to know if this is something natural. Now, if this isn't something natural and somebody knows it, then yes, we should be forced to take the vaccine because we're dealing with some stuff that, it could be more deadly. We need something. But if it's some natural stuff, I don't think so. If it's something unnatural and somebody made it in the lab, then yes.
Let's move on. Let's
move on for that one, because
be careful.
That one,
we don't need to get
that one can be debated deeply.
Yes,
so that one, I'm gonna leave that one as a tie. So both of you get a point for that one. So we're still at a tie, 3 for 3. All right, similar question: should professional athletes be forced to eat healthy and have a certain work regimen?
See, once again, when you're starting to get into forcing people to do stuff,
contractually.
Can you do that though? You can't. Can you force somebody contractually to not eat cheeseburgers?
No.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't.
Again, depends on your sport. I want my linemen to eat cheeseburgers.
And it also depends on where you live. I'm guessing in China, they can make you, they can do that. But over here in this country, I mean, come on, man, that's unconstitutional. So I don't think.
Another thing, you signed me because of my past performance in high school and college. Word. So whatever you liked about me then, like about me now. End of story.
Yeah. All right. That's another hard.
Unless it's hampering my performance on the field, then we need to talk, right? Like if it's a drug problem or alcohol problem.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Like remember Oliver? That was his name, Keith?
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
Oliver Miller.
Yeah.
Ate himself out the league.
Yeah. Wow, man.
All right, cool. All right, those are very strong, debatable questions. Let's get into a little historical one here. It was Phil Jackson, not the players.
That would be me. I'm going to say it was both, because if you take any of the players, they didn't win without Phil, and Phil didn't win without them.
All right, Kay, what do you think?
This is a tough one for me. I'm going to say it's because of Phil. I'm not even gonna go. I'm not gonna toe the line. I'm gonna say it's because of Phil. Because
Why?
I look at it like this.
Okay.
Dean Smith, when Michael Jordan, I'm gonna rewind a little bit. When Michael Jordan went to North Carolina and he got with Dean Smith, he wasn't the Michael Jordan. Now he was still great as a freshman, but he wasn't the Michael Jordan we all know.
No, Dean held him back though. Dean held him back.
He might have helped, but he also developed him too at the same time.
Yeah.
So in that sense, I feel like Dean Smith and Phil. If there was no Dean Smith or Phil Jackson, there wouldn't be a Michael Jordan, because Michael Jordan wasn't just great in high school. He didn't just be, he wasn't like a LeBron James who was great ever since he was in youth basketball. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That had to be cultivated, and I think he had to be put in the right situations to continue that evolution. Like, imagine if Phil Jackson never went to the Bulls. He would have still been a great scorer, but would he have won all those championships? I don't think so, personally.
That's true. I gotta say, Phil Jackson, Michael Jordan did not invent the triangle, and that was like a big portion of just getting into a system.
So Phil Jackson didn't either.
No. I'm just saying Jordan didn't.
It was Tex
I'm just saying Jordan wasn't the one who's like, all right, let's run this triangle real quick.
He was going to be great regardless. Not sure if he would have won 6. So,
well, and one more point before we leave this topic. Phil Jackson won 3 more with other people.
Great players. That's why I say it's half. That's why.
I know. It's still
because of the greatness. And remember, as I said, none of them won without or before.
Okay.
But there's great coaches. I don't think there's too many there's a lot of great players who haven't won championships. There's never been great coaches who haven't won with it. All great coaches have great players.
But not as great.
If you can win a championship.
Yeah, but not as great. Man, but look, Kay, I'm in this right here. Phil, Jordan, Shaq, Kobe. You're looking at 3 of the top 15 players of all times.
All time.
You're right, but if I can
don't have that, the other coaches don't have that.
I can name 8 more players that if Phil Jackson had them, he still would have won the championship.
Maybe not. Like
Kevin Durant. You give him Kevin Durant.
Yeah, but not we talking about like when they played. We can't go to making fictitious and
no. I'm just saying, just great.
We giving for what
LeBron
it is
was
and
there.
What we saw. Look at
LeBron was there when Phil was coaching.
Look at Popovich. Man was great. He didn't have many great players.
I totally did. He don't have many great players. He had David Robinson, Tim Duncan.
He had him for 1 year, 1, 2, and then he had Tim Duncan, and that's it.
No, that's it. Tony Parker's a Hall of Famer.
No, he's not.
He's going to be. He just retired. He's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
No, he's not. He already been up.
Tony Parker was just in Charlotte like 3 years ago.
Yeah,
he had just left the Spurs. You got to wait 5 years before you get to the Hall of Fame.
They're already saying he might not be one.
He's going to be a first ballot.
Yeah.
So Ginobili, you don't think Ginobili?
He'll eventually get in, but you gonna compare him to Kobe, Shaq?
No, I'm not comparing them. No. You said Popovich didn't have no great. You said Duncan and Robinson.
Players.
That's it.
What? So Ginobili and Parker aren't great?
By comparison of what Phil had, no.
I mean, but he had a collect, and they stayed together for like 12 years.
That's the point that I'm making. Sometimes a great coach just brings greatness.
All right. So now we're getting into the debate of we actually have a San Antonio fan on board. So it's kind of hard to debate on that one. So let's keep it moving. And it is very difficult to pick. Is it going to be the coach that's why we won, or is it these great players that we won? When we all know, it's a machine. One bolt without the other, little screw, it ain't going to work. So I feel what you're saying on that one. So for that one, I'm going to have to give it to Shawn for that one. So Shawn is leading right now with 4-3.
Wait, hold on. Wait. I know we're going to keep it moving, but Tyronn Lue, that wasn't because that championship wasn't because of Tyronn Lue.
Not because of him.
It's not all champ.
By comparison, yes, because they got rid of Blatt. So you just proved my point for me.
No, they got rid of Blatt, but what has Tyronn Lue done since then?
Wait. They got rid of Blatt to do what? To get a better coach to win because LeBron felt he couldn't win with Blatt.
No, they got rid of Blatt because LeBron wanted Tyronn Lue.
That's the point that I just
made.
Not
because he was necessarily better.
Yes, he did. Go ahead. He said he didn't like game time decisions in his game time movements, in his decisions. Go ahead.
Well, Tyronn Lue hasn't done. All right, go ahead.
All right, we got one that follows up. I'm I'm gonna give it a little breather right here because the next one is just as hot as the debate.
Yeah, I like these.
So,
Yeah, come on.
so next one is keep the instant replay or just completely remove it.
In what?
Football, basketball, and baseball. I think that's where they use it the most.
They all
because they actually use it to make decisions, don't they? It didn't used to be like that.
Baseball now uses it for home runs down the foul line, and I think
first base outs.
First base outs and home runs
calls
down the line, and or if it went out, if it bounced off the wall or not.
Football uses it all the time.
So whose turn is it? Is it yours go?
No, it's whoever wants to answer the question.
Oh yeah, whatever.
Go back and forth. Yep.
All right, so I believe in baseball they should keep it because sometimes those balls down the line and stuff you can't tell if it hit a piece of chalk, or something like that.
Tennis, that's true.
For tennis too. But for football, they should get rid of it. Because all it does is enrage. It only enrages people when you talking about like challenging plays. Instant replay. You talking about challenges?
Instant replay is there. If it's there, should we keep it or not?
Because I think instant replay is good for the fans, like at home. But as far as to make decisions on the field by going back and looking at replay, I think for football you should get that out of there. And I just think let the ref make his decision. Because sometimes it can't even be overturned. So what's the point of going over and doing it in slow motion, frame by frame, and scrutinizing it when you can't even overturn it? And now you got, you know what I mean? Something that fans might not even have known if you didn't highlight it. So I say keep it in all the sports, but get rid of it definitely in football.
All right, cool. Do you have a retort, my friend?
Of course. It's more about the implementation of it. Each sport is different. And where I vary from K, where it's just, to me, is like blasphemy what he just said about football, is because, remember my Saints?
Yeah.
Remember? Took us to the Super Bowl? Do you ever in life want to see a game that afterwards, after the game is over, you say, man, look at that replay. They should have won that game. You ever want that to happen if it's your team or not your team? That's the biggest bullshit ever. You can never not want to get the call right. It all comes down to getting the call right? Yeah. That's what it all comes down to. So y'all want to live in a world where you watch a sporting event, put your hard effort as a fan and fandom, going to the game, buying their merch, and y'all want to live in a world where no replay happened and then your team loses and everybody else knows?
Well, see, that's a trick question because not a trick question, but it's a two-way question because
it's a loaded one.
When you challenge certain things based off instant replay, if they could say you can go back and change anything, then I'm good with it. But they have these dumb rules like, if the ref blew the whistle at the end of the play and the play's dead, then there's certain things you can't go back and challenge because they blew the thing dead. You know what I mean? So if you make a rule saying that, forget all that. If we made a wrong call, we can go back and change it regardless of what happened. Then I'm on board with you. But I hate when
that's gimmicky though, because then you're getting back into you're trying to go back in time, right, and fix a problem. The problem has to be fixed there, and the only way you can fix it is through replay. Now, my problem would be how you implement it, like what Kay's talking about. Can you do certain things? Can you go back? And let's remember this.
Change the call.
How many replays have we both all seen that even after the replay, the ref got it wrong?
Yeah, well, like that play, the pass interference, you can't go back and change a pass interference.
No.
That's what I'm saying. So but that's what I'm saying. My thing is, you should go back and be able to do that.
But my thing couldn't even challenge it.
Let's finish that off because it's one of the reasons it's been so long to debate. So again, you guys are tied for that one because it's a hard one to go left or right on that one. All right, this one I'm going to try to make it quick, and it only has like three or four words in it. MJ or someone else?
At this moment, MJ.
No particular. You're not going to elaborate why you think MJ?
No,
MJ or someone else.
That's what he just said. Just MJ,
or someone else.
Yep. Question mark.
Oh,
whatever
if we're not doing no
aspect.
elaborating, then I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to say MJ too. Then.
Yeah, at this moment where we
I can't
breathing and
elaborate.
looking at each other, gotta. That's
Yeah,
what I said.
I mean,
I left it alone. I was about to get into if LeBron stay healthy, blah 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 blah. You know, but
Exactly. That's why it's a 3-word question.
Yeah,
All right,
that's-
cool.
Yeah,
fellas,
I'm not
All right,
that silly.
fellas, we had 10-minute
Yeah.
mark. We
Yeah,
had
I
the
saw
10-minute
that.
mark. Yeah, we
We got
good?
10 minutes.
Okay,
All right,
make
we'll
sure.
probably get a couple of more in. All
Yeah.
right, number 9. Convicted of steroids, should you still be eligible for the Hall of Fame?
Again, this is a tricky question because certain sports.
Yeah, go ahead. It's you, right, Kate?
Yeah, certain sports.
Debatable.
Like football, you could take steroids a million times. If you're great enough, you'll still get into the Hall of Fame. Nobody really cares in football. Baseball, everybody cares. And I don't even think in basketball you even hear about it. Somebody had to have taken steroids in basketball at some point.
LeBron.
Yeah. and you know what? And people always equate steroids with muscle. But I don't know if you guys remember this baseball player, D. Gordon. Remember he was a little second baseman,
Yes, sir.
little
Yes, sir.
small.
Speed. Yeah, you get speed out of that
You
too.
get speed. He was skinny, and he got suspended almost a whole season or half a season for taking steroids. So
regenerating the muscles too, right?
yes,
Necessarily the muscles that are big, but the muscles that are keep me on the field for longer, and I can practice longer, and I can play longer. Which
Oh, your boy for the Tour de France. What's his name?
Lance Armstrong.
Lance Armstrong. He was crushing it with the steroids, lasting like hours out there.
He was getting stamina from it. He was getting stamina.
Yeah, he was trying to get the stamina. So I would have to agree with what Keith said. Once again, you're gonna hear something that just makes a lot with what I say a lot. Yep. Everything comes down to
a different sport, huh?
Different sports and what everything isn't created the same. Baseball seems like they like Keith say they give a shit. So in football, you're doing it more to stay healthy because you're playing a real aggressive, dangerous sport.
Yeah.
So every sport and every rule isn't created the same. So that's kind of a loaded question, but I'm with Keith. Football, who cares? Basketball, who cares? Seem like we only care about baseball players.
I know, that's true.
I'll dare to say this in football. I don't even know if getting everybody strong in football. You're not some of the biggest steroid users who played football, who were known for taking steroids, weren't necessarily the best players. So I don't even know if steroids, strength-wise, even really help. Everybody is strong. What is the difference?
You know, it might allow me to bench press a little bit more at the combine.
Yeah, exactly.
Might change my position, or it might take someone that's like the second to last pick, right?
Mm-hmm.
They do steroids now; they might move up around. So it usually helps the bottom feeders. We only look at the big guys that get caught. Because it's media and it's what we like to do. But it really survives and thrive off the middle to bottom feeders, so they can make it and extend their career. So
and those guys usually excel more so in college. They look unstoppable in college, and when they get to the NFL, it's just like, damn, what happened? It's because you were so much stronger than those other kids in college.
Those other kids.
Yeah. Now you get to the NFL, everybody's the same strength as you, so it all that goes out the window. So
and it messes with your mind too when you see that, and it's like, okay, what can I do to get my advantage back?
Yep, and then you can't. There's nothing. And when you get up there, it's like, damn, everybody's strong up there.
It's like similar to Barry. Barry was like, Barry Bonds. I'm having my nice Hall of Fame career. I'm doing me. Wait the hell, what the hell is McGuire and Sosa doing? Wait a minute.
What are they doing?
Niggas forgetting about me now? Wait, niggas gonna forget about me? Let me do the steroids and become the greatest of all times.
Get my forearms to be the size of tree trunks.
Forearms, because that motherfucker had like 4 arms, bro. He was like,
dude hit 74 home runs.
You know,
74. That's for arcade numbers.
He was like, if y'all can do that, watch what I do because I'm already better than y'all.
He's already a great.
Yeah,
and it was already in his DNA to be great, so he just upped it up.
Exactly.
All right, let's do we're gonna do 2 more questions. So this is basically question 9A.
Okay.
Should all drugs or preferred drugs be legalized in sports in the USA?
No, you can't have people doing heroin and dying on the field.
Preferred.
Well, what's preferred?
Think if I
like
some people prefer a little coke.
Yeah.
Some people like a little
Yeah,
A little snort, a little what's that? A little meth, crystal meth.
Pill, you know what I'm saying? Be on the sideline like this.
Like, it's legal, bro. Don't worry.
All
right.
Be faced the wrong way and shit. Be like, yo, you gotta keep that way, bro.
So you're basically talking about weed. That's basically what you're talking about.
Preferred. That's what I said. Preferred.
So marijuana, it should absolutely.
They don't in football. I mean, they don't in basketball no more. They care less.
Yeah, they don't care.
Yeah, they do drug tests every now and then. Still though,
they don't really
do drug tests
no more.
Yeah, and if you get caught, they don't even tell nobody.
Yeah. They tell the media.
It doesn't get out. Yeah, they don't.
Yeah, they talk to you.
Suspended or none of that. Yeah.
They used to put it out there. That's true. All right, so that one's a flat no. So we'll just
heroin, coke, and all other drugs of choice.
Yeah. All right. What about horse tranquilizers and all those other crazy shit?
Horse tranquilizers?
Oh man, what am I on?
What the hell taking that?
You'll be surprised, my brother.
Yeah, I know. You're right. Yeah, you're right. Body. No,
I mean that's true.
No, you can't have people dying on your watch, bro. You can't have them taking shit dying on you. Key, can you imagine that? You go to your owner. I want to take these horse steroids. You think it's a good idea, bro?
You seen that dude? There's a dude on YouTube who took horse steroids and his muscle looks so unnatural. Yeah, like they look like big disgusting clumps of muscle.
They're falling off of him and shit.
What I do believe in is what Schwarzenegger and Stallone's been taking since I was a kid. That's pretty famous now. What is it called?
What?
Human growth hormones.
Oh, HGH.
Yeah,
HGH.
That's what Barry Bonds had.
Yeah, that's a little tricky too. That's a little tricky too.
It gets tricky because I can argue that it's bad and I can argue that it's good because.
Yeah, but you're cheating though, man. That's cheating. Taking that.
Nah,
in sports.
In sports. I mean, if you're taking it for a disease or something or whatever,
and more of like, well, you know, you equivalate steroids. And you're like, oh God, that's bad. But when you see what it did for like Schwarzenegger and. They swear by it to this day. Him and Stallone swear by it. It keeps them in shape. It keeps them going. And they're not cheating on a movie set, so I guess it works.
Yeah, there's nothing to move there.
Yeah, I guess.
Anything in moderation, if you do it correctly and at the right amounts, there's a lot of things that you can use to benefit yourself. It's when you start going crazy with and abusing it, that's when it messes.
Yeah.
When you start cheating and then performance is indicated compared to your other counterparts. That's when it's like, okay, come on, dude. Your head is the size of a fucking rock.
And the thing about it is this. Everyone knows. When we're speculating as a society, everyone else in the locker room know already.
They already know.
Everybody. In that sport, everyone knows. So,
all right.
We at 229. Let's wrap it up. Let's go.
Yeah.
One more.
We're wrapping it up right now with question solid 10. All right. This is going to be a great part one. I want you guys to stay tuned for part two. But a quick debate here. Will the U.S. men's soccer team win the World Cup within the next 20 years?
No, not
20 years.
Lifetime. Nope, not my lifetime. Nope.
I'm gonna have to honestly say I know nothing about the United States men's other than that they're terrible. That's the only thing I know.
Well, the only way that we can is this. The Latino community is becoming almost a majority in America.
Yeah, 20-something%. Yeah.
If those kids don't go to any other sport or thugging it out like how we do in the hood, and they gravitates towards what their parents' sport is, which is soccer.
Ooh, okay.
You have an 80% team that's filling the field that's Spanish, a Latino.
Okay.
Then we win.
All right, so what black and hood and different minority kids did for basketball?
Exactly.
Took it to another level.
Exactly.
And my last,
if you can't debate that one, the point's gonna have to go to him, bro.
But real quick, that'll never happen in this country just because. No, seriously, just because.
Why?
Because if they're of a certain cultural background or whatever, they're gonna want to go play for those the dope teams. Like, you know, why would you want to play for the United States if you're Brazil?
But you can't. You can't go play for your second father's country. You only can play for the country you're birthed in. You're talking about league-wise. He's talking about Olympic.
Oh, you're talking about international.
Yeah.
You're talking about Olympic.
Right,
okay.
Then
you're right.
World Cup. World Cup.
Yeah, World Cup. Yeah. So, yeah, you're right.
All right, I'm going to have to get down with the Shawn. All right, Shawn, you're leading 6-5 on this debate, man.
That's what I do. That's what I do.
You took it home for that Phil Jackson and player debate. It's still open. All right, Kay, you brought up some good points for the whole drug situation and football being canceled.
I do not.
So far,
segment with us cut off. End it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me just end it. Yeah, look,
Yeah,
we'll be back next week, right? Next
Stay
week
tuned.
we'll do
be
this
back.
every week. So anyway,
tuned.
this is KJ. That's Shawn Matt. That's Jean-Renaud. This is Sports Fans Only. We will see you guys next week.